Auxiliaries. Auxiliary means helping. What does this helping mean in grammar? Let us have a look at the examples. Auxiliaries have auxiliary verbs. The verbs be, am, is, was, have and do. When used with ordinary verbs to make tenses, passive forms, questions and negatives are called auxiliary verbs. That means that without the auxiliary verbs, we will not be able to make sentences to show the tenses, to show the active voice change to passive voice, to show question forms or to show negative forms. So that means in grammar, auxiliaries have a lot of importance and significance. Because without the auxiliary verbs, we will not be able to form a sentence or form a question or show the tense of the verb, which is actually the meaning of the tense and the sentence. Let us look at some examples which show what are the auxiliary verbs. The words in red are actually all the auxiliary words which we know are used in each and every sentence. They are: he is working, the gate was opened. So, if we do not have the auxiliary verb or the helping verb in between the sentence, then that means the sentence will be incorrect. For example, if we omit is from the sentence, it will be left he working. So, there is no grammatical order in the sentence. It is just saying he working. The gate opened. In this case, yes, the sentence seems to be correct, because if we are talking about a past time when the gate opened, we can just say the gate opened. But in this sense, we are using opened as a verb by itself. But when we want to say the gate was opened, because it is a situation which we want to describe, then we need to use the auxiliary verb was. We to be married next month. This will again not have the grammatical structure in it, and thus it will be an incorrect sentence. We need to use are. We are to be married next month. The helping verb or the auxiliary verb is helping the sentence to be formed and give it a grammatical structure. You are to write your name at the top of each sheet of paper. This is the instruction which is being given to the students who are taking the exam. So, if the teacher says you to write your name at the top of each sheet of paper, then it will sound to be incorrect sentence and there will be no grammatical structure. We would not know when is this instruction taking place and when it has to be implemented. Because we are using the auxiliary verb are, we come to know this is an instruction being given at the present moment. You are to write your name at the top of each sheet of paper. So, because of the auxiliary verb, we come to recognize and identify what time is it that the instruction is being given, and we come to know it is a present tense. At the same time, if we were using you were to write your name at the top of each sheet of paper, again it will be correct because it is using the auxiliary verb in the past. That means that the students were supposed to write their name at the top of each sheet of paper. So we can use the auxiliary verbs in the present form or the past form, but whichever form we are using it in the sentence, these are helping us to complete the sentence, to give it a proper structure and to give it a proper meaning. Therefore, the auxiliary verbs, they have a significant place in the grammar.